Today's episode of NuggetCast is produced and sponsored by CBT Nuggets. Watch, learn, conquer. Today on NuggetCast.
Have you Googled her yet?
Willow, she's 17.
It's a search engine.
Yeah, Google. It's a lot more than just a search engine these days. Now we have Google Cloud Platform, and today we'll figure out how to use it.
Bert, can I get a pen?
Yeah, no problem.
CBT Nuggets, this is Lindsay. Eric, meeting, let's go.
Welcome to NuggetCast, your source for getting the most out of your online IT computer-based training, helping you watch, learn, and conquer. I'm your host, Steve Barth, and today we're exploring Google Cloud Platform. Now, when many people think of Google, they think of the search engine, or Google's productivity apps, or music players. Yeah, Google really is taking over the world. But now, it's offering even more. Here's the basic idea. You have a business. You need data on your customers, you need web files or databases, and you need these easily accessible, backed up, and ready to go. But instead of you having to do all the work to put in your own servers and IT infrastructure, you can now hand all these things off to Google Cloud Platform, and it gets to deal with all the hard stuff. You just get to benefit from a hassle-free system. So today let's explore Google Cloud Platform, what it can do for you, why it's so cool, and how it works. Let's start by consulting the whiteboard with CBT Nuggets trainer Garth Schulte to introduce Google Cloud and how it works.
What is the Google Cloud Platform? Hey everyone, Garth Schulte from CBT Nuggets. In this micro nugget, we're going to cover the Google Cloud Platform, talk about what it is, why it's so awesome, where it's going, and what are the products and services that it offers. And we all know Google, they are the pioneers and innovators when it comes to virtually everything. And what they've done here is opened up their infrastructure, their world-class, blazing fast infrastructure to the world. So why not hand off our application and infrastructure to Google? Let them deal with the day-to-day operations. Let them handle the management and maintenance of hardware and software, where we can just simply focus on code, focus on our applications, focus on our features, and leave all the plumbing to Google, because they're good at it. They've been doing it for a very long time. And on top of that, our stuff is going to run on the same infrastructure that Google Search, Gmail, and all their other products and services run on. So with that, let's take a look at what the Google Cloud Platform is all about and look at the secret sauce underneath that infrastructure. So here's a peek inside of a Google data center. Isn't that a thing of beauty? I could stare at that image all day long. Now the real secret sauce is that these data centers are spread across the globe and connected via Google Fiber. And this is where that super blazing fast ninja speed comes into play, because if we were to put an application or some data up on this network, it would get replicated across these data centers, and requests would then get served based on the data center closest to the user. Let's dig into the products and services offered by the Google Cloud Platform. We're going to start with the compute category, where we have Compute Engine and App Engine. Compute Engine is Google's infrastructure as a service. We can spin up virtual machines and create our own private networks in Google's infrastructure and let them deal with the hardware. Now, given that it's infrastructure as a service, we're still going to be responsible for the software side of things, but our options have just been expanded. Yesterday, March 25th, 2014 at GCP Live, Google announced support for Windows. So it used to be just Linux-based OSs, but now we have Windows. So the options are growing as we move forward here with the Google Cloud Platform, which is great for everyone. App Engine is Google's platform as a service. And this is really exciting, especially if you're in the dev or DevOps crowd, because you know how difficult it can be to manage and maintain an application. Well, with App Engine, we just simply focus on the code and focus on the features. Once we deploy it into the Google Cloud, Google takes it from there. They deal with the hard stuff, the scalability, the reliability, the redundancy of our data. We don't need a DBA. We don't need to worry about sharding or load balancing. All that stuff is handled by Google. And we have a lot of storage options when it comes to data, SQL, NoSQL, cloud storage, some of these things that we'll talk about. And there's just a ton of built-in services. On top of that, we get access to all of Google's services. There's APIs and RESTful interfaces for virtually everything inside of Google, which is great. So they're making it easy for the developer because we can simply focus on what we want to focus on, code and features. Now, another thing that was mentioned at GCP Live, March 25th, 2014, that really knocked the socks off of everybody that was watching or attending, and it just shows that, you know, Google is innovating by tearing down boundaries and taking the cloud to the next level. And here's how they did it. So infrastructure as a service and platform as a service has always been an or proposition. It was one or the other. Well, Google's merging these two ideas together, therefore transforming this or into an and, using something called managed VMs. So through App Engine, we can create our own customized VM and have it fully managed by Google. So we're really getting the best of both worlds between infrastructure and platform as a service. Fully managed hardware, fully managed customized software on that hardware, along with a fully managed application. And that's pretty cool and mind-blowing stuff. In the storage category, we have a lot of options when it comes to data. No matter what kind or style or size of data you have, there's a solution here for you. So Cloud SQL, think of this as database as a service. MySQL instances fully managed and hosted in Google's infrastructure. Google takes care of high availability, durability, replication, patch, database management, everything. Essentially turning Google into our database administrator. How cool is that? Cloud Data Store is our fully managed NoSQL schemaless database that supports SQL-like queries. So if you're a SQL professional, you'll feel right at home in the data store. It's so easy to get up and running and work with. It seamlessly integrates with App Engine, and you can even access the data outside via the RESTful interface. On top of that, we get automatic scaling, redundancy, and it's transactionally consistent. So that leaves us with Cloud Storage, which is our highly available and durable object storage service. It's fast, it's secure, and Google provides some very simple APIs to work with our objects in cloud storage. What about big data? Everybody wants in on the big data action. It is a field that is growing exponentially, and rightfully so, because companies can gain a lot of valuable insights into their data. But the thing is, it's really difficult to get into. You need specialized people for the hardware side of things to set up clusters. You need specialized people for the programming side of things to write MapReduce jobs. And it's just very expensive and time-consuming to get up and running. Well, once again, Google has taken all of the difficult stuff and brought it in-house and completely abstracted it from us. With BigQuery, we load our data into it, which Google also made very easy to do, and then we can write SQL-like queries to analyze that data. You gotta love the consistency. There are SQL-like queries for relational, non-relational, and our big data, which in the BigQuery world eliminates the need for us to become or find a MapReduce programmer. And again, with all the Google Cloud Platform products, we have a simple API to access our BigQuery datasets. A new product that was just announced at GCP Live is Cloud DNS, Google's authoritative DNS as a service. And what's really nice about this is now Google Cloud Platform users have a centralized place to manage their network infrastructure and their DNS. So these are the major components of the Google Cloud Platform. I also wanted to point out a few services, APIs, and tools that we can use to interact with, manage, develop, and extend the Google Cloud Platform. So Cloud Endpoints. This is a way that we can create our own RESTful services with OAuth 2 support. And it's really just a great way to extend our App Engine architecture. On the API side, now Google has made many of their products and services accessible via APIs. This is just a small sampling, no way a complete list. Just to name some of the cool ones here, the Prediction API. This is where we can tap in and utilize Google's machine learning algorithms to do things like recommendation systems, churn analysis, predict future outcomes based on past data, that kind of thing. Really neat stuff. The Translate API, you can translate to and from thousands of languages. And then obviously the Maps API for pinning or pointing or plotting or whatever you need to do with maps. As far as tools go, we have a lot of them to interact with the cloud. We have the Cloud Console, which lives at cloud.google.com and allows us to manage all the different aspects and all the different products and services and APIs you see here graphically. We have the Cloud SDK, which contains many command line utilities that we can use locally to work with all of these products and services. And then we have a whole host of development tools to make our lives easier from the development environment and beyond. For instance, we have the Google plugin for Eclipse. For all you Java developers out there, it makes it very easy to work with and deploy our projects to the cloud locally. We have Git push to deploy, so if you have a local Git repository, you can easily push that up into the cloud. It'll get built and deployed automatically for you. And we have Android Studio, which makes it very easy to build mobile applications for the Google Cloud Platform. In the CBT Micro Nugget, we answered the question, what is the Google Cloud Platform? We saw that it is a way for us to give Google our infrastructure and our applications and let them manage the hard part. Let them wear the pagers, as they say. We got familiar with Compute Engine. We saw that's Google's infrastructure as a service, virtual machines in the cloud. We got familiar with App Engine. That's Google's platform as a service, our applications in the cloud. We got familiar with all different forms of data storage, Cloud SQL, which is relational database as a service, Cloud Data Store, which is non-relational, NoSQL database as a service, Cloud Storage, which is object storage as a service, BigQuery, which is big data as a service, and Cloud DNS, a brand new service that was just recently announced at GCP Live. We also went through some of the other services and APIs such as Cloud Endpoints, the Prediction API, the Translate API, and Maps API. And at the end here, we talked a little bit about some of the development tools that we can use to interact with Google's cloud.
Great stuff, Garth. Now you should have your bearings down as far as what Google Cloud Platform is and why there is so much exciting potential. But let's take a step further, as we always do here at NuggetCast. Let's go do a trainer chat with Garth to learn a bit more about some practical uses of Google Cloud. So good morning, Garth. Welcome to NuggetCast. How's it going today?
Hey, good, Steve. How are you?
Great. So today we are talking Google Cloud Platform. What are your thoughts on Google Cloud Platform? Let me see if I can spit that one out.
Well, my thoughts are that it's awesome. It's the cloud for dev and DevOps. You know, it's more focused for developers. It streamlines our software development cycle. They cut the fat or trim the fat from the software development cycle by taking in-house a lot of the hard stuff and the monotonous meetings with network admins and server admins and DBAs. That all goes away. Google's our admins now. All right. So what would attract companies to use Google Cloud Platform? The infrastructure, number one, as I mentioned in the Micro Nugget, their infrastructure, their backbone is unreal, world-class, one of the best on this side of the solar system. That's probably the first one, and what most people talk about when they talk about, you know, Google Cloud over all the other offerings out there. The second one, and another big one, is it's Google. They've been building applications for a long time, not just any application, but large-scale, robust, reliable applications, and they've opened up their products and services to anybody that uses their cloud using simple APIs. So, and on top of that, they allow us to build applications in the googly way by taking in the scalability, the reliability. It's all handled by them. You can just focus on building an application.
Well, what kind of applications are you seeing being built on Google Cloud Platform?
Standard web applications, mobile applications. A few game companies have jumped on because you know, it just makes it easy. They don't have to worry. In a game, it's all about scalability and reliability. And Rovio, Angry Birds makers, they've built a few games and they're building more games on the Google Cloud Platform. And same with Ubisoft, who's built plenty of games out there. They're on it, and they have nothing but the best things to say about the whole process.
Excellent. So you've seen quite a few things out there on the Google Cloud Platform. What excites you the most? What are you most excited about?
That's a tough question because as a developer, I'm really excited about App Engine because, again, they've just streamlined the whole process. No more meetings with DBAs and network admins and server admins, you know, asking for permission to do this and getting permission to do that. No more of that. Google handles all that, and it's completely abstracted from the developer. So that's extremely exciting. The other one is BigQuery. I'm a big fan of big data. It's a growing field, and right now it's a tough field to get into just because it's so young and it's difficult to get, say, a Hadoop cluster set up. And Google's built the underlying technologies that spawned off Hadoop and MapReduce and all these big data techs. And once again, Google's abstracted the hard part. We can go from pipeline to analysis just by uploading data and analyzing it using a SQL-like for them. So App Engine and BigQuery, my two favorites.
Okay. So call me someone that's intrigued by Google Cloud Platform. How would I learn more if I wanted to learn?
Right now, you're right, there's not a lot of information out there on it. One of the best ways to learn really is the documentation, sadly, right now. But reading documentation, going through examples, the YouTube Google Developers channel is also very good. They're always putting videos up there to get people informed, and obviously stay tuned to CBT Nuggets. Wink, wink.
Right. So, anything else to add on Google Cloud Platform before we end the show?
Yeah, it's a different kind of cloud. If you're used to the cloud, Amazon or Azure or Rackspace or any other clouds out there, they're all kind of the same with a little bit of differences between them. But Google's completely different. They have all that stuff, but again, because they're developer centric, it's kind of it's a whole new world. They're opening up the door and blending a lot of these platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, database as a service. They're kind of breaking down boundaries and bringing them together to really bring innovation to the cloud. So I like to call it the next level cloud because it is.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being a part of the show today, and we look forward to seeing you again on NuggetCast in the future.
Thank you. Can't wait.
All right.
I'll
see you later. There you go. Google Cloud Platform. Hopefully you're as excited about it as we are. But we'd love to find out. So once again, we're having a Nugget Chat on Twitter. Just log into Twitter on Monday, April 14th, starting at around 10 a.m. Pacific time. Using the hashtag NuggetChat, weigh in on what you think about Google Cloud and its possibilities. We'll post some questions, give away some prizes, and have some tweeting fun as we discuss Google Cloud. See you there. Time to end the show for the week. Remember, you can now try CBT Nuggets free for 7 days. Just visit cbtnuggets.com for all the details. Also, remember, we love getting your emails and hearing from you, our fans of the show. So if you'd like to connect with the NuggetCast staff to ask questions or suggest future show topics, email cbtpodcasts@cbtnuggets.com. Right here. Also, remember, previous episodes can be watched on iTunes and on the CBT Nuggets YouTube channel. Again, right there. The show is also available on the CBT Nuggets blog with all sorts of cool content updated each and every day. But remember this, as we close out the show, the Google Cloud Platform can do all the heavy lifting for you as far as your server and your data needs, but CBT Nuggets training can do all the heavy lifting to take care of your IT training needs. So, save yourself some weight, go watch some amazing training, go learn some cool stuff, and then by next month's show, we'll all have bigger brains. Okay, that sounded kind of creepy. Enter Zach.
Fail.
Dang it, you laughed!
That actually hurt. Sorry, it's okay.
You got into character.
I got him in the eye. I hope you got that. You gotta turn this side. Turn this side. Show me how to smack. Whoa! That was nice. You have practice. Oh, no. Okay, no, that ain't gonna work.
Get away from the glass.
Here, why don't I have Pete do this? Yeah. Go grab me.